What's up, Mary? What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Politically Diamond, coming to you on this rainy Monday on the Bayou, honey. Wherever the alligators at, they getting rained on too, honey. But listen, let's talk about Tekashi 69. Oh, he got Atlanta hot right now. Now listen, let me give you a little background about me, right? I'm from Florida, but I live in Louisiana, and I also lived in Atlanta. Union City, okay, to be exact. But if you've been in Atlanta, Georgia, you know they call Atlanta all of that part of Georgia, okay? So I kind of understand what he's talking about, but we all acquainted with who he talking about. So let's get into it, right? So Tekashi 69 did this interview with Big Bank, I think that's his name. I recently started like getting to know this guy, watching his podcast. The first time I watched his podcast and got to know him was with Young Thug. And that was one of the funniest podcast episodes I done seen in a long time, because Young Thug was trying to answer for being a rat and all type of stuff, and it was just too funny. But y'all know 6ix9ine is always somewhere lurking when it comes to somebody ratting. So he done did this podcast on Big Facts, and he was talking about why everybody call him a rat, but they give the rats in Atlanta, like, you know, they give them leeway. So first he was talking about 21 Savage. Now, if you don't know, 21 Savage is not American, okay? He is not a naturally born American. He's from, like, London, I believe. And he's over here on a visa. So, you know, recently he's been going viral for being Lotto's supposedly baby daddy, all right? Even though he's married. And that's a whole nother subject right there, what I feel about Lotto, because, ooh, girl, it may seem good right now. You may be trying to make us believe something that you don't even believe, but it's about to get real hard real soon. But anyways, he was talking about 21 Savage, and he was like, okay, do you know how 21 Savage is actually like over here in America legally? So he pulled, and this is what I like about 6ix9ine. He brings facts, okay? Anything 6ix9ine say, he can pull something up, an old video, a definition, what he did on this podcast, and he's going to prove his point. Now, the other person across from him at Big Bank on this podcast was not trying to hear it. Tekashi brought all type of proof about the rats and why he say they rats, and Big Bank did not want to hear it. But he say that 21 Savage is over here. He has I believe he said a U permit, a U passport, a U visa. That's what it was, a U visa. Now he brought up the definition of a U visa. First he put up the article, the information that let you know where 21 Savage was born and how he got over here and why he's over here, which was the U visa. So he put up the definition of U visa. So the U visa is a visa that you get if you were a victim of a crime somewhere and you were helping the authorities. So 21 Savage is on a visa over here in America and representing Atlanta. And he's like, how y'all gonna let this dude represent Atlanta? He's not even American. Big Bang kept saying, man, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. Every time he pull up a definition, man, I don't want to hear that. And it's like, what you want to hear? What up, Melania? It's like, what you want to hear? The man bringing all type of facts. So now we finding out that 21 Savage is doing some type of cooperating with law enforcement. And I don't know if it's law enforcement in London or if it's law enforcement over here. But if it's in London and they gave him a visa to stay over here, or see, I got to dive deeper into this. I got to see if he got into something over in America. and they gave him a visa to stay and not have to, because he was in deportation court for a long time. All right, so he been fighting that for a long time. That's why they've been saying that he got married so he can stay over here and all type of stuff. But now, coming to find out, he's working with some cops somewhere. All right, so Tekashi exposed him, and that was a good point to me. That was a very good point to me. And then he started talking about what's Jeffrey name? Young Thug. And he made some good points about Young Thug. He mentioned that the cops, the part where the cops in an interrogation video, when the cops asked Young Thug would he be willing to talk to them, he said yes, without a lawyer. Now, you know, they always tell you, anytime you talk to the cops, child, you better get a lawyer. He said, I don't even need no lawyer. Tekashi said he sat there and did an interrogation for like 3 or 4 hours with no lawyers, talk to the cops. And we even heard on those tapes that was dropped, him telling the lady cop, asking her if he want her number. I mean, if she want his number, like she ain't already got it first off. But he was like, if you need any more information, you can call me. And if that ain't a definition, that's a master rat right there to me. That's an old New York in a train station, getting a piece of pizza out the garbage can, pulling it down the street type of rat. So it's like Tekashi be having a point. I'm sorry. Anytime Tekashi does a interview, it does hella numbers, and he be making some good points. And the only thing Tekashi is asking is like, why y'all treat me like this when I was a victim, and y'all don't treat them like this when they rat? And he said he did not get Treyway indicted. He said he read facts that Treyway had been getting looked at by the feds like 5 years before he even came in the picture. So they've been putting out that he's the reason, and even Big Bang said it. He said all the people in Treyway, that 6ix9ine gave them 100 years, like in total, like putting everybody time together. And Tekashi was like, when? How? What are you talking about? How? Because I don't even think Shotty got life. It's not like Shotty got life. I think Shotty got like 10, 15 years, something like that. Now, the ones that's going to get life is the ones that shot Julio Folio, honey. Yeah, and see that little red one that was crying? His little red booty hole going to be real pretty, all right? In that jail cell, because them dudes about to do him in, all right? So, I know it's some mad rappers right now. He even talked about Gucci Mane. And I'm only halfway through the podcast, through the episode. I still haven't got into the part where he talked about T.I. Because we know T.I. is a master rat too. T.I. is a rat consultant. If you want to learn how to rat, go to T.I. And see, what the police be doing, see, they make some of these rappers put it out there that they working with the police. T.I. have commercials standing in between police telling the kids to stay away from drugs and stay out of jail because it ain't no good. Like, how you a thug talking about trapping and you doing their commercials with the police, but want us to think you so thuggish? And I'm gonna tell you who else I think ratting. And a dead rapper is dead right now because he said this person was a rat. Hold on, y'all. I think Bootsy Badass, Mr. Bootsy Boo, Mr. Put your pussy on camera. I believe he's a rat, okay? Yes, I believe he's a senior rat, and I believe his son, Duty Low, ain't that his name? Duty Low or some shit like that. I believe he's a rat junior. All right. And I believe, now we know Boosie and T.I. was hanging out together, right? They were supposed to have dropped this album. But right before they dropped the album, some new snitch allegations came out about T.I. So Boosie was like, man, that ain't a good look. I don't want to drop it. So, you know, they was hanging together, and T.I.'s son and Boosie's son was hanging together. Now, we know they both got stopped by the cops and went to jail multiple times. T.I.'s son just went to jail in like a furry onesie just a couple weeks ago for running his goddamn mouth. And side note, even though that boy look a little funny, and beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, his little son is so cute. Oh my God, that little boy is so cute. I'm glad his mama jeans got through in there. That just, boy, Tiny them let you know that everything red and short ain't cute. Okay? But his son is so cute, and I really think T.I.'s son is a good father. That's just a side note. But we know that all four, the two daddies and the two sons, been going to jail. The cops have been on Boosie's ass and on Boosie's son ass. And I really believe when they be arresting Boosie's son, I believe they be having him in an interrogation room asking about his daddy. I believe it's going to come a time because they want Boosie. Because Boosie that made his career off of his career, like, accolades is he made it off death row. He was on death row, and he beat the system and got off death row. But it's coming out that he got off death row because he was actually in protective custody because he was a star. That's the only way they could protect him. That's the only place they had to put him. So it's not like he was out here murking shit his own self. He done got shit murked. But he wasn't out here putting the work in. He had the little young boy that's in jail right now putting the work in for him. So we finding out that it ain't all what Boosie said. So you know that they trying to get Boosie for a RICO indictment, something, messing around with them boys over there in Texas. All right. Now I'm in Louisiana. I'm from Florida, but I'm in Louisiana, and I stay up on this. It's a lot of stuff going on between Alabama, Louisiana, and Texas. They all like together. And it's definitely a lot going on with Louisiana and Texas, and even more stuff going on in Texas. Look at what's going on with Ben 10 and the dude from Detroit messing around with Jay Prince Jr. All right? That's a whole nother subject because, honey, Ben 10 say he still want all the smoke even though he can't move his legs. And in the police report, it said as of April 15th, he didn't have any feeling in his legs. All right? And it comes out that in order for that medical information to be in that police report, that he had to give approval for them to go into his medical records. He had to talk to the cops. So you got all these rats. You got all these secret rats that's trying to play in our face and trying to make us jealous about the life they living and trying to make us think that they so tough and hard. And they not, they rats. When it come down to it, look at it. Listen, I say as far as NBA Youngboy, Big Ten has went to Texas and just made everything that NBA Youngboy worked for as far as people fearing 4K Trey and fearing Louisiana and the people that be around him. Yeah, I don't think people are as scared of them as they was before. Because this dude, JR, then took their gun, stood over them multiple times, left, came back, shot Mo, left, came back, and then left the gun on the counter like a polite young man. Okay? These people not scared. And Ben 10 is not in a wheelchair and still dropping his location for Birdman Jr.'s nephew, Bezo 187. That say he got smoke for NBA Youngboy, and he gonna have to see him for putting him in the coma. Okay? NBA Youngboy had people jump that boy and put him in the coma. He is one of the only people that has been on the internet for a long time, for a while, that has been going against NBA Youngboy and saying, listen, I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. They all soft. And he's still alive. Now, we know NBA Youngboy then got into some stuff. I'm in Baton Rouge, so I know. I hear. I'm around the people. I'm around people that been to jail with him and been in the streets with him and all type of stuff. Baton Rouge is very small. And one thing about Baton Rouge, and I would say this about Louisiana, yes, it's a lot of killing. But guess what? They be killing their friends. That's all it is. Here, they just kill each other. It be like people that they grew up with. They just stayed nights at their house, ate Thanksgiving dinner at them, and they grow up, get in beef, and start small. Then they just get older and get worse, and then they wind up killing each other. Because you see, when they went to another city, another state, over there in Texas, around some dudes that was not from here or from even Texas, and where they left, Ben 10 can't walk, and the other boy's finger got shot off. Okay? So it shows that a lot of them are only tough in their neighborhoods, in their communities, where they're around people that they used to break bread with, eat with, share beds with. Okay? So 4K Trey ain't getting people scared like they used to. And I believe as we go on, more is going to come out about them being rats. I believe NBA Youngboy is going to eventually get a RICO. Okay, if the music industry don't do what it do best by getting rid of him, because he is way more valuable dead than alive. They gonna get all the juice they can out of NBA Youngboy. Then eventually they gonna either murk him, or you gonna hear it's a RICO. Look at Young Dirk, Lil Durk, whatever his name is. They about to put him up. Yes, they is. They about to put him up like that bologna sandwich that your mama used to fix you, and you ain't want that shit. You wanted McDonald's. So you used to put that shit up somewhere and go in the corner and cry. All right? Until you get hungry, really hungry, and then you go pull that bitch back out. But yeah. So that's why I'm saying enjoy your regular life. Go to your regular job. You're going to have broke days. Oh well, we all have broke days. Even the rappers got broke days. They be the brokest. Why do you think I just come on YouTube on this live and talk my talk? Because when I was in that industry, when I was doing interviews with some of these rappers in my area, local rappers, I found out these people were lame and they were broke. It takes a lot of money to be a rapper. Look at Finesse 2 Times. You see what he got going on? It takes cash. Do you know how much it takes to make one song? When they make these songs, they have to buy the beat. And when I mean buy the beat, if you want to buy the beat that straight out, have the whole beat, able to put the record out, able to make money off of it. If you want to buy that whole beat, what? The rights? Some of them rent beats, okay? Then you have to go to the studio. That's money. Then you got to pay the producer, the engineer, the mix and master. You got to pay all these people. You got to pay all of them, and then the record label. These folk be broke. They just be having a bunch, and I have seen it. I have been to these open mics. You ever hear they be like, oh, open mic, we're going to have a record label exec, and they're going to come and someone is going to leave with a record deal. It's bullshit. And guess what? I will meet up with a rapper and his entourage. Now, if you know what? I'm going to give you a good example. New Age Jerk Boy. If you ever heard of New Age Jerk Boy. R.I.P. to my dog. The police did him bad. You can look him up. I was one of the only people in Florida that stood behind that young man. And I had the whole Florida mad at me. Because I said, listen, if he want to wear a dress, that's him. He want to wear a dress and suck on a gun, that's him. Why y'all mad at me? Let him do what he do. But I would meet up with people like him. They would have their friends. And his group, at least his friends was doing music too. So I can't say he had a bummy group because his friends was doing music that was actually getting out there. But it was other artists, their friends would be broke. We would go to one of those open mic things, and the thing is, the entourage would think they was getting in for free. So they like, yeah, we with the rapper, we with the star, we about to go do this. It's gonna be execs there. He gonna get discovered. We gonna be doing concerts. We gonna be traveling. They get to the door. They say the performer, the rapper, he can get in free. But the entourage, where y'all $20 at? Bitch, what y'all thought this was? Oh, you thought it was free, huh? No. And then they be standing there and you see them, nobody goes in. Even the rapper, he don't go in. Because he want to go in with his entourage because his entourage got his head so boosted up and he really can't do nothing without them around because he really performing for them. All right? Because them the only ones that kind of maybe believe in him when all they do is want clout. All right? So you see them back up away from the door. They let the people behind them go. They be like, y'all can go. So then they go to the side and they be like, man, they charging $20, man. I ain't paying $20 to go in there. And then you slowly but surely start seeing that these niggas broke as fuck. The artists don't even have a car. All right? Like, nah, I done been around this. This is why I chose, and I'm talking about, I was on a radio station that was partly owned by Rick Ross, DJ Meat, S&DS Radio. You can look it up. Guess what? No, because I seen what was real. And these were people that was going viral on the internet. They was doing their thing down there in Miami, South Beach, broke as a joke. I ain't got no time to play with you. Because I see what was real. That's why I got out of it. That's why I can sit here on this YouTube with 15 people listening to me and be just as happy because I chose the good life. See, a lot of people had it twisted. They think that the rap life, the entertainment life, that's the good life. No, that's the bullshit, stressed out, faking flaws in, pretending, miserable life. Be happy with yours. If you got a pack of noodles, try cook them noodles, put you some hot sauce in them, and enjoy them. Let them hot noodles sit on your stomach and thank God. Okay? Don't be like, oh, I can't eat caviar. I can't be on a boat eating this, eating scrimps and stuff. No, man, them people, you know what they got to do for that? Think of Young Miami. Young Miami is where I'm from, down in Miami. Well, I'm from Fort Lauderdale. She from Miami, not far. You know where she come from? She come from the gutter. And a lot of people like, oh, she made it. I wish I could be like her. And then come to find out she was getting pissed on. What? And you know the cops talked to her. Think about how many cops, child. Hold on, y'all. Child, I'm at work, y'all. I got to clock again. Hello. See the hello? Excuse me. Y'all heard that professional hello? That was to the cop, child. Heard that hello? And then when I get back here, I'm going to be talking gangster. But yeah, think about how many stars the cops and the FBI had to talk to just dealing with the whole Puff Daddy situation that we ain't found out about. You know the cops talked to Usher. You know the cops talked to Justin Bieber. You know the cops talked to all them. You know the cops talked to Will Smith. You know the cop talked to Jada. We know this. But they ain't going to come out and tell us. They ain't going to do that. They all rats. And guess what? One thing that I'm noticing, and I think this might be a little prerequisite to, you got to do this for to be able to get in the industry. I think that they make you got to get an STD. I think these stars, they are being exposed to STDs in order to get a record label, and their job is to spread this STD. I'm really believing that. Listen, things coming out about Puffy. They're saying Puffy have HIV. We know for sure that Usher was hold on. We know that Usher was sued by a heavy set black girl, and they tried to say that that girl was lying because she was heavy set and darker skinned, that how would Usher mess with her. She sued Usher and won. She said Usher gave her herpes, and this was a long time ago. This was way before Puffy. She said Usher gave her herpes and won. All right. We see that the escort is suing Cassie for giving him an STD that can't be cured. I'm hearing today that this guy, David, that killed the little girl, that they're making it, he has to get a mandatory HIV test because somebody has came out and made a complaint about him. And I really think a lot of these stars have herpes. Look at NBA Youngboy. We've been found out he had herpes. He said it. And I think their sacrifice is their body one, okay? They have to spread other things. We heard about Sexy Red. Look, if you know Suki Hana, oh my God. Suki Hana pregnant right now, but you can go online and you can see all of Suki Hana. All right? All of her. So I think a lot of these stars have deadly STDs, and they have to have it on purpose to get this money, and they have to spread it around. Like, look what NBA Youngboy got going on. It's coming out. I've heard recently, Yaya Mayweather. You know Yaya Mayweather be crashing out, and I think she crashing out more than because she miss him. I think she crashing out because her daddy broke. Okay, and she was on the internet a few months ago talking about, I'll be bored, I'ma just get a job. Girl, what you mean? Your daddy say he the richest man on this planet. Alright? And you talking about you gonna get a job because you be bored. No, your daddy going broke. But she just crashed out on him because she said, how dare you take another woman to Paris for Mother's Day and her kids. She ain't even talking about NBA Youngboy wife now. Mind you, he got a wife and he just had a baby. Yaya say, how dare you take another woman and her kids, you playing stepdaddy, to Paris when your son been in Paris for months and you ain't tried to come see him. So Yaya always crashing out, which we know she still miss him. But think about this. This man got buku children. He got another woman over there in Paris. He's married. And see, this is the thing. People always be like, oh my God, Jazz, she's so beautiful. We see why he loves her. She's so quiet and peaceful. What? He loves her. He cheats on her every we see him cheating. When they went to a little amusement park, when she was pregnant, first off, they had this girl walking around the amusement park being pregnant with a purse and a pair of flip-flops, okay? And we saw them, you know how, if you ever been to one, they have those escalators, well, not escalators, them little sliding things that you walk, you supposed to, it's keep you from walking, so it just slide. Okay, it's like an escalator, but it's not going up. It's just going straight, and you catch it because you be going far. They was on one of them. She was turned around. You can see her, him, another girl that he was talking to, and probably like some bodyguards. Jazz is facing the other way. She turned, her back is to him. He facing the other girl, and they just laughing and kiki. And the girl say he called her over there and say she was pretty. And this is in front of his wife. Like, and this dude has herpes and have at least 2-3 new babies a year. So yeah, but back to Tekashi. Tekashi is exposing these people. Them folk in Atlanta gonna be mad. I know they done seen it already, but they just be talking, and man, that's why you can't believe a lot of stuff people be saying. They be acting like they so innocent and child. They be doing the most. Young Thug. I think Young Thug is the biggest rat. Okay, I think he's the president of rap. I mean of rats. All right. So yeah, I just want to talk about Tekashi. I'm just getting back to work, so let me get this work on. Oh, hey, boo. Hey, Truth First. How you doing? How you doing? What's up to everybody that's in the building? If you can hear my voice, just know that this is another day that God gave you to make a change. And he loves you, and I love you too, child. If nobody told you they love you, child, I love you. Thank you for listening. I don't know if you came in at the end, because the numbers be going up and down. But I was just running my mouth on here, child. I be talking about politics, but I'm talking about... I'm tired of talking about Donald Trump, because it's just like, I was even watching Candace Owens, and I'm tired of watching Candace Owens. We know Erica Kirkman killed her husband. She had something to do with it. She ain't physically pull the trigger, but she was a part of the plot. I just seen her. She was a guest honoree at a college graduation. Like, why the hell is Erica Kirk at a college graduation in a college